What's up? I'm Matt, and this is Highly Recommended. We got some special guests in our barbershop today. Hair by AJ, hooked him up. The band is TreeHouse. Now, TreeHouse hails from the Carolinas. They mix in reggae rock with psychedelic jams. Founded in 2010 by Jeremy Anderson, aka Positive J. TreeHouse have contributed heavily to the festival scene, reggae rock scene, jam scene, and healing community. Sorry, I had to look down for my notes there. All right, and beyond. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate you, man. We're feeling very fresh.
First of all, what do you guys think of the haircuts?
Loving it.
Feel great?
Loving it. I needed one for so long. Overdue. Loving it.
Everyone looks very sexy. AJ did this thing.
For sure. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And we thank you for that, AJ. Tell me who you are and what you guys do in the band.
Hey, I'm Jeremy Anderson, aka Positive J. I sing and play guitar and a little bit of trumpet in TreeHouse.
I'm Dr. Lovebeats. I play drums, but a lot of people think I'm Jason, who plays saxophone, who's being here a little bit later.
To clarify, that is not Jason over there.
He ruined the bit!
I'm not Jason, a.k.a. Keezus, a.k.a. John Keys, and I play keys.
Johnny Keys. Johnny Keys in the house.
And I'm Jason, and I play saxophone. I'm Nick Thompson, and I play bass.
We're all Jason.
He's
now
with us. His name was Jason.
His name was Jason. His name was Jason Ozinski.
He's not with us today.
I'm gonna pour out one delicious space camper.
For the homies.
Gravity IPA for Jason.
from Boulevard Brewing Company, Kansas City's oldest brewery.
Nice.
It's so crisp and refreshing, it almost makes
Boulevard Brewing Company.
okay that Jason's not here.
We're looking for a sponsorship.
Unforgettable.
Oh, I love the way this is starting out. This is hilarious. We have had some. No. I'm serious.
Get it out. We gotta beat the brakes.
We have had a pretty good hang, actually. We've been here for quite a few hours. It was daylight, and now it's not daylight. It's nighttime now.
That's some precision work right there, you know?
So you guys are at the end of your tour. You guys have been on tour for how long?
A month and a week.
A whole month and a week. All right, and I want to know, how have things been going? What are some of the highlights of this current tour that you guys just wrapped up?
I think things have been going great. I think a month and a week is a good time frame, you know, to like get out there. We went all the way from South Carolina to Washington and back. We're on our way back now, you know. So that's a long trek, and the U.S. is a widely different terrain, you know. So we've gotten to experience a bunch of that, and we've had some days off to do that. Some of the dudes want to talk about that.
Yeah, you guys literally went coast to coast and back, or well, you're on your way back. So yeah, tell me about a couple of the highlights that you had on the.
Dude, we hit so many national parks. We hit Glacier National Park, Yellowstone, Olympic, Theodore Roosevelt. We saw so many buffalo. We saw so many buffalo.
Now let me clarify though, were they buffalo or bison? Because that's commonly a misnomer.
Crawfish.
Let Nick answer this question.
He's our local
Bye,
bison
son.
Bye, son.
Bye, son. This is your. That's what but they're bison. They're bison. Yes, because apparently the buffalo are just like the water buffalo and stuff like that. Like entire. That's the original buffalo.
Oh.
But they still call them buffalo. So it's not dishonest to call them buffalo. You can do that. But they're bison.
Okay. I would say as a bison. I know it's like people normally say where the buffalo roam, but I think that buffalo is like from Africa, was my understanding. But
But which is why they called him buffalo here, coming over, because that's the only thing they had close related to him was the buffalo over there. So like those are buffalo, but they're bison.
Pecan or pecan.
Or feral cows.
Or fluffy boys.
Bye, son.
Bye, son.
Yeah, what the buffalo say to his bastard son? Bye, son. You're a bastard now, Bison. I mean, son. Shit.
What was y'all's highlights?
Yeah, what was the highlight?
Like you were saying, the Bison, obviously.
It was drinking tequila in the barbershop.
Bison.
Got a couple show highlights. We started off in Myrtle Beach, hometown for TreeHouse.
Yep.
One of the biggest hometown shows. That's what I heard. One of the biggest hometown shows. So it kicked off like that, and it literally stayed on that kind of level the whole time. We headlined every night except for one where we got to play with Dan Kelly. Then we played first that night and then got to hang out with everybody. So that was great. TreeHouse stayed in a TreeHouse. Shout out to the TreeHouse joint.
First time we ever stayed in a treehouse. It was
awesome.
Crazy.
It's like
Took that
Treehouse
long,
Inception
man.
over here.
It was.
Dude,
That's what's up.
I was
Blows
wearing
our minds.
TreeHouse Inception. I was wearing a TreeHouse hoodie in a TreeHouse, hanging out with TreeHouse. It
How much
was
more Treehouse can it get?
and while playing TreeHouse
We're
songs.
gonna find out. That's what we're here for.
We haven't entered the fifth dimension yet.
Where was
to break the whole damn timeline?
Interstellar. Treehouse.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, all the way to flipping last night in South Dakota was crazy awesome, for real. From the first one to the last one.
Very good vibes there. You're not
Killer.
what you expect.
Good vibes.
Yeah, and that's a testament to Jeremy and Danielle doing all the booking and stuff themselves. And they, every time I think we do the tour, it's like, well, it doesn't get better than that. And then they do it again, dude.
Yep.
They do it again.
We are fully on the vibe and the experience. You know what I'm saying? Morale is our highest value, and if we go that far, I was saying earlier, like if you're an hour away from Yellowstone, it's a travesty to not see it, when we're this far already and we have the technology.
Yeah, you're not taking it so seriously as that you're not appreciating the downtime. It's not, show to show, we got to get to the next one. You've actually strategically planned stops in there to hit these national parks and other things.
It makes the days like that easier.
Yeah.
Having
Absolutely,
days
yeah.
like that off.
Yeah. Especially having your mind blown by some of those sites, dude. They're insane. Like it's a wild experience that, there's so many beautiful places. Like my mind, like you said, my mind was blown all tour. Mega blown. Nothing left. Just little bits of brain. That's all I got.
After the
I'm
haircut.
tired. I'm tired after the haircut. Yeah. I had hair before this tour started.
There was an accident that happened.
Blew them
Joel.
right
We'll
out every time I
explain
saw a
later.
waterfall. Take this away from me.
One more thing I got to add, besides all the cool stuff that we got to see, what made this tour so much fun and easy is we got to meet so many cool people. From the time we left Myrtle Beach, had all the family send us off. Then we stayed with some family, TreeHouse crew, THC family. In North Dakota, had a couple of days off with them. So we have all these family little pockets where it's you don't feel like you're on the road so much. Harvey is Jeremy and Danielle's home. Well, it's our home on the road, and it doesn't feel like we're away from home so much when we go to Prater Ranch and stay at this place with hot tubs and, frisbee golf for days, and then stay at the Comos in the Washington, cold plunge for a couple days in between shows. So all the family, shout out to everyone who let us stay. If you fed us, if you gave us a haircut, whatever, you made tour that much better. So all those. So shout out to that. Sorry.
Well said, really.
Yeah.
Well, thank
I
you.
feel
I
like we're
think,
living it.
I think we all appreciate to hear that, but also from us, we appreciate the music. And like I told you guys today, man, music's helped save my life, saves lives. And thank you for doing it. I want to touch real quick on you guys making these stops, having a vacation out of it as well. Do you have the same amount of days off every week, or just kind of hit and miss, or do you go 7 days without a day off kind of thing? Can you elaborate a little bit?
I would say it really depends on what rolls in, what we can make work. But there's definitely been, when I'm booking it, I'll weigh out this is a Wednesday show, no guarantee of what's going to happen, in a new spot, or we could stay in this treehouse or go to Olympic National Park. And there's certain things we got to way out, you know, we definitely, I realized earlier on, like, some of these places, if you're trying out a new spot, like, you want to get there and immerse yourself in the scene in advance. Sometimes that night, not playing a show will be more impactful than the show you play for the first time. You know, it's like, how many people have you met at the bar next door or something? And you're like, I got 5 people coming to the show tonight that I just met.
Oh yeah, you're at their
So
John is
you
the
know.
street team.
Street
John
team.
is the Treehouse
Yeah.
street team.
Whoop, whoop.
He's on the ground. He's boots on the ground, John. That's what we call him.
Also, I like breweries. It's a good spot to meet people.
breweries, just like Boulevard Brewing Company, Kansas City.
My favorite non-alcoholic brew of all time.
Let's make
Save
this
the
clear.
earth.
This is non-alcoholic. There has been no alcohol consumed
Save
in
the
this
earth.
barbershop today.
The only planet with near beer.
There has been no alcohol consumed in the last 5 minutes.
Blast off.
true.
But yeah, shout out to Boulevard.
Woo!
That's pretty good.
It's
For a
lovely.
non-alcoholic
It is.
IPA.
It is.
Good stuff.
It tastes like the real
And this is
thing.
the wheat one.
Where was the treehouse at? And were those? Was that friends or was that
So
somebody putting you guys up?
the treehouse is in Monroe, Washington.
welcome.
And I've heard that there's a few different tree houses out there. This is to say on Instagram, it's Treehouse Joint. And we just connected on Instagram. You know, we're Treehouse. You're the Treehouse Joint. I think they commented on something, and we're like, "Yo, this is serendipitous." We basically try to link up with any other Treehouse brand, Treehouse Brewing in Massachusetts.
There you go.
Treehouse dispensaries in Massachusetts
Yummy.
and California, and any treehouse we can get in. It's crazy that we've been a band for 15 years, but this tour was the first time Treehouse stayed in a treehouse. It's like, what the fuck have we been doing? You know,
How was it, man? It was probably awesome.
it was.
Speaking of serendipitous and the treehouse.
Thank you.
Funny we made it there. We saved a sheep.
Shaves
Yep. MJ.
She had a couple.
MJ.
She had some alpacas named Alpaca Bowl and Alpaca Dab. She had a dog, 2 big old fat sheep, some goats, all the sort. And then so we see this one sheep stuck on its back, and it's kind of wiggling around. Can't tell if it's scratching its back or not. Ryan.
We don't know what sheep do.
So we had a group chat. It was a big old fat sheep. Though.
Where were you at? Where was the sheep? Like,
It was at the treehouse joint.
but like, how far from you? Give us a description.
Oh, like you just walk out the treehouse, and she had a big old like petting zoo.
Like
Okay,
20.
She had pig, all sorts of cool. She had a bird that talked and danced and said, "Where's my marijuana?"
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was funny.
Stubborn bird.
Was it Juba? Juba?
Woo! Bird. Woo!
Yeah. So Ryan texts in the group chat, is like, sends a picture. Is like, is the sheep supposed to be doing this?
Nick said it.
She goes, all caps, "OMG, no!" Comes running out of her house. It had been sitting there for at least like an hour, but we flipped it over and uprighted it. Then the goat attacked.
The best part was the quote was, "Yo, that sheep's on his back." He's like, "Yeah, he likes doing that. I saw him doing that earlier."
Wait, who said that?
Buddha said
Buddha.
that.
He
We're like,
likes
yeah, I
it.
saw him doing that earlier. He likes doing that.
It's like, no, that's
It's like, no, dude, he's been there the whole time.
Fainting sheep.
Shout out to MJ, sweet baby. I believe they're getting sheared this week,
Yeah.
and that'll
Should've
help.
brought him.
Well, so the sheep party was painting. It was she had fainting goats, and they're the ones.
That's what I said the first time. I was like, did she have fainting sheep too? Because that one's on its back.
And the goat attacked it as soon as we uprighted it. And you could tell its legs were still kind of like asleep because it was like burp, burp, burp. And then goat, bow, bow.
The goat came in.
Which is probably how it got put on its back in the first place.
Probably.
We conjecture that the goat knocked it over, and then like we saw when the goat got back up on when the sheep got back on its feet, the goat's like, "Get you next time."
Yeah, it's like,
You lucky these strangers are here to save your ass. Yeah, I don't know. It was,
Street goat.
it was rough, man.
Yeah, I didn't know it was like that on the farm.
We'll send you the screenshot of the conversation with the picture of the sheep so you can put it on there.
Yeah,
It's
but-
fantastic.
She posted on
Said that
Instagram.
I will
with a
get
heart
a
around
cape. I will get a barber's cape made.
It's fantastic.
She posted a picture on her Instagram that put a heart around the sheep and was like, "Thanks so much, TreeHouse was here to save our sheep." Da da da.
Sheep just on his back with his legs in the air.
Not all heroes wear capes.
And then
Treehouse.
just to show you John's personality, like a couple hours later, he just texted our group chat with her, all animals right side up
All right.
with a thumbs up.
All right.
Farm watch.
All right, let's get to a different topic. Even though, you know,
Let's talk about this sheep some
let's talk
more.
about sheep. Take me back to 2010 when you first started this whole deal. Before it was even TreeHouse, it was Jeremy Anderson and Friends, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little about what was going on in those days, and then how did things shape to be where we are today?
Oh yeah. So Myrtle Beach is a big cover band scene. I mean, they have music, especially nowadays. They have music going on like every day, like 100 acts across the Grand Strand. So I started out doing just solo cover gigs. A variety of every artist, any way I could play music, and I stacked up like 6-7 shows a week, and then I started bringing in my high school buddies. Matt Link and Trey Moody. So we were this 3-piece doing just all covers, and slowly we would, I would write a original song and we'd throw it into the set, and mix it in and blend it in, and it got to a point where and it felt like, the best effect you can get from playing someone else's song really good is like the crowd ideally should be like, man, I love that artist, so we got to a point where we had enough original songs where we decided to make the transition and not call ourselves Jeremy Anderson and Friends. There's still a rogue YouTube page out there of some of our Jeremy Anderson and Friends.
So if you want to go down the rabbit hole, we check out YouTube, Jeremy Anderson and Friends,
Sure.
for the diehards.
Sure.
What was the metal band?
Oh, I had a metal band called First Degree Burnouts before that.
So yeah, if you want to continue down the rabbit hole,
Yeah.
Very different.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, Jeremy on bass. It's fun to see.
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I started on bass.
Peavy.
I enjoy playing bass. Yeah, it was a heavy PB.
So how did the rest of you guys end up in the band? What was the history with the current lineup? How did it all happen?
I met Jeremy a while ago. I'm gonna try to cut this real quick, and it's not gonna be. Then they had a keyboard guy, JP, that I guess didn't want to tour, and I wasn't playing anymore. So Jeremy called me up, and I said, "Yeah."
He said, "Yeah," and the rest is history.
I'm going to take credit for that because it was my idea for Jeremy to call him when he was looking for a keyboardist.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. My idea.
Together.
Yep. So we were roommates for 4 years, starting in 2017. I toured with another band and stuff too, so we were kind of like in and out all the time. But they just needed a bassist, 2 years ago or something like that. And Danielle hit me up, was like, "Hey, can you play bass?" I was like, "I can, but I think you should probably get someone else." But then I was at Pyro Fest first, and I was like, I love these guys, they're my family, so it was. And then, with the crew coming in and stuff, it's a lot of fun. So I'm sticking around. It's a lot of fun. So that's why I'm here.
Good fit.
Anyway.
Yeah. I played in another band for a long time, and I saw TreeHouse in 2011, and then played a show with them in 2012 with my band. And then we just connected from that. And then Jeremy would just have our band open up for them when they come to town. And then he'd take us, around the East Coast a little bit, Southeast. We didn't, so we just played shows, and he'd stay at my house all the time. And then after 2020, that band ended, all my bands ended, and I was like, oh man, nobody wants to play with me. And so I just started, I was like trying to DJ, and I started playing in cover bands. And so I just kept on playing. And then one of the other bands I played in, filled in with, Jeremy had talked to him like, "Hey, do you know somebody?" And he was like, "Dude, I know somebody who lives in your same state." Like, yeah, heck yeah. So that's how I got the gig. Love it.
Yeah, it's nice knowing the history, especially as lineup changes and stuff happen, and how you guys all wound up getting connected.
Yeah, and this is now like I've known all these dudes in different ways, like for many years. Yeah.
Yeah, you were throwing like the 2011, 2012. So I mean, you're talking 10 years, decade plus.
And it's a testament to, I mean, the music is utmost important, but like when you're on a tour, any extended tour, like the dynamic, you know, like we gotta be all best buds from the start, you know, and so that's what we're doing.
I did want to mention that, man. You getting to kick it with you guys, and I consider you guys family now. So mine is yours every time you come through. But the camaraderie, man, you can definitely feel it. Am I right, man?
Yeah, and actually, this is leading. You're gonna wrap up what you're saying, but we're gonna lead into some who is right now, because it's a perfect segue into who is, because we talking about the dynamic of the band, right?
Before that, I'd like to cheers you guys and say thank you.
Awesome. Hang on, let me grab
Brewing, Space Camper.
Non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic.
Don't forget the Boulevard Weed.
Yes, thank you
Cheers.
guys once again for being here. The fun is continuing. I mean, we were there was a lot of things said off the record, which probably need to stay off the record. Is a good thing.
That's nice, man.
No, it was unbelievable. Yeah, it was very great, good time. I want to know, where do I get Velcro Vans at?
Bro,
The kids store.
I'm really upset right now. I don't have them out here in the Midwest.
so this is the third pair of the same pair of shoes I've gotten. Once I found out that they make adult size Velcro shoes, I've been all in. But got these at the Vans outlet, but they are available online. So you can kind of, if you know, you can't really tell from this, but this is definitely, as soon as we get home, this is it for these guys.
We're gonna need you to raise your foot up for the camera there. You're off.
Ain't no crow left.
Yeah, he ain't got no crow right here. But yeah, you know, you got to know your strengths and your weaknesses, and my strengths are not not tying skills. So Velcro is the way to go.
Vans.
Shout out to Vans. Shout out to Velcro if you want either one of y'all.
Velcro Vans, hit us up.
Yeah, if you know somebody that needs a pair of Vans, well, you just found the guy.
Hey, it should be a rep.
Who is the biggest partier in the group? I see where the microphone went.
My name's John, and I like to party. Next question.
Next question.
My name's Jeremy, and I also like to party.
Who's the most responsible?
Danielle.
Shout out Danielle.
There you go.
She's responsibly getting rest and preparing for tomorrow.
She's
yeah.
enjoying the silence.
To her momager.
It was a pleasure to meet her as well. Make sure that we didn't get her this time, but maybe on the next time you guys stop back through, we can get her to answer some questions about you
Dude,
guys.
she's thriving right now. She does not want to be around any of us anymore.
Ever.
She is in her happy place at that hotel in the quiet
Bet.
until she gets back in that RV and we make fart jokes again.
I was going to say she's heard enough fart jokes.
Yeah, she's all farted out.
We got the real thing too.
Yeah. And then we make jokes about them.
It's horrible.
Speaking of the bus, are there shoulds and should nots to do on the bus?
Well, so we were talking a little bit about this earlier. I mean, obviously, the implied thing is, I mean, try not to shit on the bus.
Okay.
But we have an RV, so I mean, I've shit on the bus. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's my proprietary right. I'm the one that's flushing it. You know what I'm saying?
Are you the only one allowed to shit on the bus then?
It's disputable.
clean the toilet.
Yeah, shut up, Nick.
That's 2 days of toilet duty for you.
No, we otherwise we just have like so when we're the only real one, I mean, obviously keep it clean and whatever, but lock the door when we get in so that it doesn't fly open when we're on the highway.
Wow.
Little checklist, but the only rule is like you know, a lot of the places we go, sometimes the RV will be our green room by default or something too. So it's like, you know, it's not the party, but it's a small thing. You know what I'm saying? You get 5 people in there, it's like, oh fuck,
No strings.
where we go? So no other people on the RV. Like we can all get out and
Safe space.
kick it and party. on the street.
And it's personal as well. Your guys' space.
And all your shit's in there.
100% trustworthy.
And actually, like our RV is called Harvey. It is actually a member of the band. It has a personality. It's not just. It's part of the team, and it's Harvey. So
And we're Harvey's larvae.
Oh,
That's what's up.
so it means a lot. Yeah.
Is that on the new album?
It's
We haven't got there yet. Okay,
secret
okay,
track.
My bad. Sorry.
so while we're on the topic of Harvey, the RV,
You got it.
you live in that full time, right? You and Danielle.
Danielle and I live in that full time since fall of 2020.
COVID.
2020.
Yeah, that's really what
Is that
spurred us.
shit?
We were planning before COVID. We were planning on moving to St. Pete or somewhere that we like, or doing something. But also before COVID, a friend of ours in Myrtle Beach, he would like sit in once a year on saxophone. He would just pop in like randomly and hit a song with us. But the last time he did that, he said, "I own a RV company now, Recreation USA."
Shout out Recreation
I did see
USA.
that. I did see
And
that.
he
Okay.
said he would like to sponsor us, and our vehicle was breaking down at the time, so we took him up on that, you know, and graciously we got like a road beast warrior. Harvey is our best friend.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
So it was sitting there while the band couldn't tour in 2020, and so she and I just hopped in it. We bought a national parks pass, and we rolled around the whole country and visited every friend who would have us in the times, you know. Harvey's been around the whole country like 3 times now, I think.
Wow.
So, what are some of the challenges that come with that lifestyle?
So the fact that we live in it, and it's also the band tour vehicle, so we have to kind of like shift modes of it every few weeks, you know, like we'll make the tour bunks. Danielle is just like a awesome decorator as well, in that, you know, she knows how to like make a space. Like John's bunk turns into like a meditation center, you know, and we're parked. And actually, like this last winter was the longest Harvey's been stationary, for like 3 months. Because usually the last 5 years, like, well, she and I, even though outside of the full band tour runs that we'll do, she and I will just like, well, let's go down to Florida. Like, you know, like we love to travel, so it's very conducive. There's not too many like overt challenges. The first time we moved into it in fall of 2020, like when I was pulling off, like Nick filmed us like leaving, you know, and I was like, oh shit, because we were towing her car behind us, you know.
Yeah.
It was intimidating.
Took the lead.
It was intimidating. It was the first time I ever driven something like that. And I was like, here we go, indefinitely across the country somewhere, you know?
That's the best way to learn lessons in life, is just to do it. You know, you're like, well, I've never done this before, but here we go. And it seems like it's working out. Yeah, something, AJ.
Well, you got to make the jump. You have to. I mean, we don't like change, and it's scary, but
Leap of faith.
yes. What, without getting into it too much, the cost of living in that compared to me making a house payment and paying my bills and doing my thing here. Can you compare it?
Rent's crazy
Okay.
everywhere right now. But over the winter recently, we stayed at a friend of ours campground, you know, still paid the winter rate, you know, so that was like 500 and maybe 550 a month,
Okay.
you know, plus electricity or something. So I mean, can't find a closet for that
Right.
rent. Versus, I mean, all the vehicle maintenance and repairs is, you'd have to do that with whatever vehicle you got, you know. So
Correct.
yeah, that's the way we're finding to do it, you know. We have a lot of friends who let us kind of just park in their yard or whatever it takes, you know.
So you were talking about how often you guys are on the road, which you guys are on the road a lot. I just looking at your bio on your website, it said you guys are doing hundreds of shows a year. And, you know, with that being the case, you mentioned having a meditation area in the bag, but being, you know, on the road together for so long, what are some of the things that you guys do to deal with the stress of being, you know, road warriors like that?
You mean like on the road or off the road?
Mostly while you're on the road. I'm thinking, how do you guys find breaks away from each other, or do you do specific routines to kind of decompress from like the constant
Not being
movement
so confined.
and just being on the road for
Well, I
so
say
long?
this year the Planet Fitness move for us all has been a big benefit. It's like
Big up Planet
when in doubt, where are we going to
Shout out
park?
Planet
We
Fitness.
just park in the Planet Fitness and wait for it to open, or it's our 24 hours or something. At the very least, we can get a shower. This dude gets a massage every day.
At Planet Fitness?
Johnny
Yeah,
Wagon,
man, he's got the black card.
A5.
I didn't know.
I'm
they
just a
offered that.
guest.
So,
I am but a humble guest.
I have so many questions.
well, okay. So the Planet Fitness hack is something a lot of the touring bands do. You have Planet Fitness because you have access to the gym. Sounds like the massage, and you have access to the shower. One of the things I've heard about the Planet Fitness, which is notorious, is one way or another on tour, you're going to find yourself facing the full frontal nudity of older gentlemen in the showers. How often do you see,
It's just a perk.
it's just a perk of the. Okay, we'll see where
Black
it's at.
card membership.
Perks of the job, baby. Guess what you give that black
And that's how
card.
he gets his massages.
And the black card.
I don't need no chair.
How many dicks have you seen on this current tour? Besides your own?
I see 3
So
of them right
specifically,
I'm just at Planet Fitness.
specifically at Planet Fitness, I think 2 at
But
this
they
point
say, but
on
no
tour.
phones. I don't get it.
Oh, he's like, I've got my phone out. The moment I walk in.
I'm just talking to my daughter.
John, you don't have a daughter.
Onlyfitness.com.
I'm sorry, I had to bring that up. It's just been mentioned. This isn't the first time I've talked about this in an interview.
I like going fishing.
Just throw it out there and see what you get.
This interview's over.
I don't know where to go from this. I'm sorry, I derailed the whole thing.
Hang on, hit pause.
I said, what do we like to do when we're not playing? I said fishing.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I thought that was completely random.
Kind of bouncing around.
It's like, anyways, I like to go fishing. No,
Yeah,
I
you
agree.
were talking about going to Planet Fitness.
John's good at fishing. I like the idea of fishing, and I've picked it up a little more over the last few years. Like, I haven't really caught a fish, but I enjoy. I feel like it's a meditation itself.
We picked up a handful of
We've
fish
hit a
at
few
some of the
fish.
parks. A few fish.
A lot of the stuff. So even touring, like we do now, is still travel. So we're getting in national parks, we're getting in waterfalls, caves, cheese.
Even mention flipping cave.
The cave was dope.
Yeah, we were in a cave
2 days ago.
two nights ago. We were
You guys have been on a wild journey. It's
we were
crazy.
blazing up in a cave.
This happened 2 nights ago.
Black
We're
Hills,
just now
yeah.
hearing about this?
Buffalo.
Oh, we forgot, man. This whole tour's been awesome.
Wild.
The cave is just like, yeah. I mean, why not? That makes sense at this point.
It was cool.
Where
How
was
often you
that
get to in the Black Hills of South Dakota?
South Dakota?
Yeah,
Beautiful area, too. Beautiful.
yeah. It was awesome.
Speaking of that and going back to the Northwest, do you guys have a favorite state you like to visit and a favorite venue, not counting the boathouse? Shout out to the boathouse.
There you go.
Myrtle Beach.
I'll start. My favorite state is Montana. That's why I end up booking us there, like as much as we can. Glacier National Park is like when I stumbled onto that. It's my favorite place on earth. It's beautiful, striking. So we got to show all the dudes my favorite place on earth this last few weeks. I think they liked it.
So none of you had been there before?
Mm-mm. I didn't even know what to expect. Because I, trust what they pick, what we're going to do. It's like, oh, we're going to a park. And you get out there. And then,
We're going to a park.
And then it's that shit. It's like, okay. But,
It's not
ditto.
swing sets and monkey bars.
I think Montana might have sealed the deal for me on this trip. St. John's fucking dope though too. We'll be there in just a couple weeks
Yep.
for his birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Woo.
Yeah, beautiful spot
Already
there. But
celebrated.
That's what's up.
yeah, if I didn't have my kid, I'd probably move out to the Northwest.
Okay.
I think obviously the Olympic National Forest, that's probably my favorite, but it's really hard. Like, everything's been gorgeous. Like so many parks. They've all been just mind blowing. Just
Washington.
Yep.
Okay.
Washington brought the pain this tour, dude. With the treehouse and all that stuff too. Washington was absolutely incredible. I'd say it was wild, the temperature fluctuations we've been going through. From leaving South Carolina, like 80-degree weather, to going to like your 20s and like just winter wonderlands. And like, it's like day by day. Like, it's like 70, 80-degree days. And then all of a sudden we're just in a place we're throwing snowballs at each other. And it's been
Where's it
wild.
snowing at right now? I mean,
Montana.
Montana's
Yeah.
snowed? Okay.
The lakes are just thawing out like right now. It was wild, yeah.
Yeah. In the
They just opened that. So we drove through Yellowstone, and actually I was going like day by day checking the maps if like the roads were even open through it. And they like just opened that one of the roads that it would take for us to even be able to get through, you know. And coming out of that, we saw snow on the side everywhere. It's like in the valley there, it's fine, you know, it felt great. And then going out, like see snow still sitting there. And one crazy pass, like right before Rapid City, right before South Dakota, basically going into Buffalo. I don't know what state that was in, Wyoming, maybe still.
Sounds right.
I forget which mountain range it was, but it's like, it was the craziest pass. It was like, they said 5 steep grades in a row and turns, you know, like
Going down?
Yeah. Which is like,
pretty treacherous.
it could be deadly,
Yeah.
you know. I say that now after we made it through alive.
Now, I know what you're talking about because, I mean, I don't road trip like you guys, but I've definitely taken quite a few road trips and hauled a camper, you know. And, like, sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this pass. You're either going to get ran off the road by a semi or, you know, who knows? Your brakes give out.
Brakes are smoking.
Yeah, we had to
I've
use
had
all
that
our
happen.
water to
Yeah.
put out our brakes.
It's crazy, but then, yeah.
That was coming down from Mount Hood in Oregon.
No stuff.
That's a crazy steep thing too.
Really put water
So-
on to cool them down.
Yeah, like
steaming.
barely made it safely off the road. Like the brakes were gone by the end of the hill. But that's just, it takes a different style of driving, you know, from us East Coasters, Flatlanders, you know.
Yeah, you can't just lay on the brakes. You have to kind of tap
You have
them
to
and,
downshift and tap.
downshift,
and
yes.
all the precautionary things. You got to put the emergencies on and say, fuck anybody behind you. Fuck those truckers.
Those truckers do
They got
not give
away
a fuck
with it.
either.
Carrying
It's insane.
thousands of pounds of logs, man.
They go
They're supposed to be
flying.
downshifted
Final
too.
destination.
But then those same roads, 8% grade with a curve coming up, 50 miles an hour. Like, what are you?
It's almost like they have to, maybe they have to, so that people don't go too slow or get ran into. I don't know why they would set the speed limit like that, but yeah, it's crazy. I want to get back to some of that who is questions because we didn't dive deep enough.
What happened? You got quiet over there.
We're just waiting for it. Bring it on. Just think about that brisket, dude. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to the
Round
brisket.
There you go,
I'm
bro.
ready for shout outs.
I'm ready for round 5.
The brisket's moved outside, so if you have to run out there,
I miss it. I think about it often.
The brisket. I miss it.
The brisket or the bison?
brisket.
The brisket or the bison? That was bison brisket.
No way.
Oh no.
Hey, there was
No,
actually a Florida man got gored the day we were in Yellowstone National Park.
Oh really? Did you
by,
see
a,
it?
by a bison.
Did you see it?
He was
Or?
like, bison.
And was he taking a selfie?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Trying to pet the bison.
I took a bison selfie.
Oh, by yourself?
Did you really? Bison. Go on.
All right, who's the most likely not to show up for band practice?
I'll show up.
He'll
show up,
The question was late.
Yeah, he'll show up just late
I'll be there.
because you were partying too hard.
No.
That's what it was.
Mm-mm.
No, it's the
I was partying just right. Thank you very much.
One time he went to
The traffic.
the convenience store down the street for 2 hours or something like that.
I might have ran some Uber Eats, to be quite honest.
Nice.
So
Wait, you were out there working, running Uber Eats? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
in Harvey.
Ubers.
No.
making deliveries, making a side hustle out there.
Tried to pull that bitch through Chick-fil-A. Which one is it? It's the fucking RV.
Shout out to Chick-fil-A.
Bug up. Where are my nuggets? Yeah, boy, hungry.
Where are my nuggets?
Bison nuggets.
nuggets?
Eat more bison.
hungry.
All right. What about an apocalypse? Who's surviving?
I think I could do that one.
You would be a wild card. Like you would just somebody be like, "How have you survived
I
this?"
think I'm wood smart. Not
And that's
street
what you would
smart.
say to
I'm
him.
wood smart.
Yeah.
I think I'm wood
Somehow
smart.
got a fresh beer.
I think it's-
Yeah.
Where are you getting these
That's the
beers?
sound. There's nothing in there.
That's how you survive.
Oh, it's only Boulevard Brewery. Space Camper. Non-alcoholic beer. Perfect for any time, even an apocalypse. Cheers, bitch.
Shout out to the apocalypse.
Big up apocalypse.
Yes. I think Nick would do pretty well in an apocalypse.
He could beat people up, definitely.
And that's the first step, really. Just find someone who did everything for you.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
gotta eat people. Like they gotta be willing to take the first bite, and I think I can do that.
First step, day one.
Day one cannibal. Day one cannibal.
There's still food.
He's still full on brisket. He's like,
Yeah, but there's still food.
I just made these steaks. Your arm looks better.
guys, we just sent you with brisket.
It's the fear that makes it taste better.
The adrenochrome.
A5 beer.
We just went somewhere else.
That's
That sweet
Goes
loosh.
the podcast for life right here.
That's what-
Adrenochrome and going out there. Let's go.
That's what the
Give me
barbershop series is all
deluge.
about.
I want deluge.
I don't want to sleep next to him anymore.
Next to him.
We don't have to sleep.
You are cleaned up now and smell better.
You gotta take this.
I had this one here, but I think the answer is very clear, and it's just going to be John again. Who's the most likely to talk to strangers for no reason?
Oh, easy.
It's John
In the apocalypse.
in the apocalypse.
So I
His
smoke
buddies.
cigarettes.
That's why
your family did too.
He smoked cigarettes to meet people.
But if he did, he would talk to all the strangers.
You eat anybody yet?
Did you say eat?
Yeah.
Got any bugs?
Got any bugs? What kind of bugs you eating these days?
We did a podcast or an interview with someone, and they were like,
Bamski.
Yeah, Bamski's. It's like, what do you guys eat down there in South Carolina? Like bugs? It's like, what the fuck do you think?
No. We got Bamskis, Damskis, Skis, and Skis.
Skis.
And that's all they've heard about South Carolina.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
a bug eating boy.
You Mac did it too.
I told you about that. I need to figure out a better way. I need to figure out a better mechanism. Just get that silver screen facing up and make sure that light's still on. Should be just one
Silver
light.
screen facing up. Got you.
One light on.
Yes.
And
With one light on.
We're back.
And we're back. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We need to. Maybe eventually we'll just record some sessions in here.
Yes.
We'll have you guys bring the instruments in here, and we'll just go off the wall, see what we come up with.
Jacob
Nice.
impressions. I can't wait.
There's a guitar up there if one of y'all want to go.
Is it in tune?
Jeremy Anderson and friends. You guys ready?
I really got you.
We didn't really talk about the Carolinas and where you guys are from, so let's get into tell me a little bit about where you're from, what you eat. I think we've clarified that. People. Human brisket.
Hey, one kind of
Oh, in the apocalypse.
It's just always an apocalypse in that area.
Yeah, the governor declared apocalypse. So,
So tell me about the Carolinas. What's it like out there?
all right, so we're all we all stay in a different area of South Carolina across the state. I'm born and raised in North Myrtle Beach, which is like the northeast corner. It's like 10 minutes away from the North Carolina border. And every time I say Myrtle Beach to everybody, they're like, I say Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and they're like, so what part of North Carolina? It's like,
Really?
whatever.
What?
We'll claim the whole Carolinas because our saxophonist,
There you go.
He
He's from Asheville.
Hang on.
And I think he's-
Jason, are you over there?
Yeah, I think.
Wait, Jason.
Sorry, guys. I had to put Indy down. He just was acting season up, and I got him to. Hey, what's up?
Hey, I'm Jason.
Hey, Jason. Thanks for joining us today.
I'm Jason Azinski. Sorry guys, I've been in the bunk the whole time. I don't like being on camera. I'm so outgoing on stage and I do all the video setup, but I just get shy sometimes on the podcast. So I apologize, guys. Sorry I didn't get my haircut today.
That's right. Okay.
But yeah, so I play sax. I love jamming. What was the question again?
Asheville. How's Asheville?
Asheville. So yeah, Asheville. We keep it local, keep it real. That's how we do it in Asheville. F you, Helene. We're still surviving. We're gonna overcome it, even though y'all don't even know about it in other places. So yeah, Asheville will survive. That's how we do. So yeah. But I hear Indy back here, so I got to get back to Indy. But yeah, North Carolina, Asheville. We're strong. Love y'all. I'll see y'all back in the RV.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Jason. You get Ryan. Where you go?
Ryan come back out here in a second when he gets back from the.
So Jason represents North Carolina for us. Oh, what's up, Ryan?
Did y'all need anything out of the RV? Sorry, I just passed Jason on the way out.
Oh, actually, can you tell us about Greenville? So Ryan's from Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah. So where Jason lives is right next to me. I live in Greenville, South Carolina, upstate. So we basically just, my side of the town is like 4 hours from the beach, and it's more of the hills, and it's basically close, not quite mountains like Asheville, but we got the foothills. But we basically just say we from the corners of the Carolinas. So that's my neck of the woods. Shout out to Greenville SC.
I say Greenville is pretty cool. There's like 100 waterfalls within an hour's drive, all up in there. It's a pretty area. It's very different than on the other side of the state where I'm from, North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's all flat. It's the beach. I was born and raised there, where the boulevard ends, and it just like wraps around. The beach wraps around, and then there's an island, and then it's North Carolina. So it's pretty interesting geography out there, and that's where I came up playing solo gigs. Scenes changed, but I think there's some really cool shit in Myrtle Beach popping off. Boathouse has always held it down, and plenty of entertainment going on there. And
Shout out Myrtle Beach, North Carolina.
Myrtle Beach,
North Carolina.
yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Nice. These dudes are from Charleston, Somerville area, 2 hours south of Myrtle Beach. How is it, John?
yeah. You got to tell us about it now. I need to know.
I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, January 11th, 1984. Historic town. It's dope. We got a bunch of really cool beaches there. Really good music scene. Big up Powerhouse, James Island. Check it out if you haven't. Lots of really good food. Cool spots if you can get away with people. Nobody moved there. We're fucking full. It's a lot of history there. Like there was a building there where the Declaration of Independence was signed, and a bunch of like old slave, like bad history stuff. And it's haunted as shit. But I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Me neither.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
We could do something on Halloween
Yeah.
this year.
Like John said, that whole area down there is beautiful. I lived in Myrtle Beach for a long time too, but I like kayaking, so I love the all the blackwater swamps and stuff. You get the old cypress forest stuff, like the ancient, talking like 2,000-year-old trees and stuff. That's my favorite part about being down there, is just the just those blackwater swamps. It's incredible.
Speaking, I didn't ask this earlier. You guys got gators down there?
I was wondering the same thing.
So in the swamps and you're kayaking, you got pythons and all that too, right? Down.
Not so much pythons. Not yet.
Up there.
They're
yet?
probably on their way up, I'm sure. Yeah, we got gators.
So you can't just. I mean, I'm from the Midwest. I've been to Florida, but I'm not getting any water. You can't just go get in any water or jump in a pond out there when I come out and see you or something like that, can you?
No, well, a lot of times the ponds and stuff are more dangerous too, especially if people start feeding gators or whatever. That's when they associate with the food. Yeah.
Okay.
Out in the swamps and stuff, like unless you're doing like nesting season, like in the spring, like they have no idea what you are. Like, you know, you're not a food source to them. They want to stay away from you. So you'll see some big ones out there, but they don't care. What's that?
You carry on the kayak?
No, not yet.
You don't worry about any
No, they haven't bugged me yet.
out there by yourself.
And also, as long as it's like a nice, like solid chomp that just puts me out like real quick, I'm cool with it.
You know, there's
No, but it's been
swamp
they
people.
don't bug me. There are those, yes.
See any swamp monsters?
Gator almost ate my dog when I was a teenager in the pond behind my parents' house.
I've heard a lot of that happens down there.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
That's all. Gators. But I did. Our friends from Minnesota at the last festival we were at, I was really hyping up gators. I was like, yeah, it's a real problem. Like, you always got to look out for gators, and it's not really that bad.
It's a daily fight.
Look out for it, especially you got dogs walking around. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
why
on the
not?
golf course in Florida, but I mean, you leave them alone. They're not. I'm not getting in any water though, and I'm a water guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Like you guys got all these lakes
Yes.
out here that you don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
I think about alligators when I'm getting in water. There was this one time Danielle and I were at this sculpture garden down in Myrtle Beach, and there was an alligator sitting out between these two sculptures, and she thought it was a fucking sculpture. She was about to go fucking touch it.
No.
She was about to go touch it, man. I was like, wait,
Interactive art exhibit.
this is so real.
I think they're a little more ferocious if they have a nest nearby, and then they'll come kind of beeline at you.
Otherwise, they're pretty chill.
Mhm.
They're like
This
real.
is coming from people down
They're awesome.
south.
They're dinosaurs. It's so cool. They're
They're
awesome.
sunbathe.
Yeah.
Just don't bite me.
Please.
How about new music? We got anything new coming out for us?
So we just recently released Alchemical Equations featuring Indubious. Indubious! We've been working on that one for several years with, scheduling, getting both of the brothers in Indubious, their verses in, and mixing between two different studios and producers. And we're proud of how that one came out. And basically, this is the end of this tour. And when we get back, I get on the computer and I press the button for the next one. So a month from now or so, we should be releasing another single, and then another one after that, and then an album probably.
So what's the timeline looking? Do you have an idea of when the album might actually be out?
It's looking like beginning of September, I think.
Ooh, that's soon.
Yeah.
I was thinking next year or so. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's been like our last album was the beginning of 2020. So, since then, I've basically been like kind of sporadically producing random singles, kind of like from different batches that were ideally meant to be like 3 different like albums basically. So I've got this like myriad of different song selections from over the last few years of single releases to kind of sift through as well.
Touching on all that, do you guys want to speak on any of your side projects or anything you guys got going on?
I can give a shout out. Shout out to my band Hit the Lights. We'll be my boys will be over in the UK in a couple weeks, I guess. And yeah, shout out to them. Yeah.
Well, so you're not going on that?
going?
Yeah, I'm going.
Oh.
Yeah.
What part of the UK?
We're doing around Leeds, the Leeds area and the Hatfield area. Slam Dunk Fest, which is the fucking cool ass festival. If you're ever going to go to the UK, the best reason is for Slam Dunk Fest. Other than that, I just stay over here. The food's way better.
Is this the pop punk?
Yes, Papunk, the Papunk, yes.
With
Yeah, Hit the Lights. Check it out. I feel like the Papunk.
the bison and the pop punk.
Well, have fun over there, man. I used to live in England.
Really? You've just done everything, dude. Love it.
Yeah, I don't know what my status is anymore, but up until I was 18, I was a dual citizen. My mom's British, but she became an American citizen.
Okay, word.
Yeah, my dad was in the Air Force, and that's how they met.
Okay.
Didn't ever make it up to Leeds though, and I don't recognize that festival. So
Yeah, it's
if I go back
an
over
awesome
there,
festival.
check that out.
Stacked lineup. Yeah, and always a lot of fun to go over. A perfect reason to go over there. So it'll be neat. We haven't been over there in a while, so it's nice. Just dudes hanging out over in the UK, play some jams, and just enjoy ourselves. It's awesome.
They're one of the countries that's pretty welcoming for the most part to Americans, you know.
But they love Americans. They want to talk to me about football all the time, and I don't watch sports. I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. I'm not your guy. They know more about American sports than I ever do.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
crazy
funny.
that the NFL is really taking hold over
It's
there.
massive over there now. Yeah,
So what do they call it?
football.
American football. American
Yeah.
football.
Foot.
Yeah, football.
Any other side projects that you guys got going on? Or was that it? It might have been it, wasn't it?
I don't know. I think somebody's holding out over there. Jason?
Actually,
Jason, where are you?
Pick up shoulder.
yeah, Jason Azinski does GoFundMe. I have my solo album I am working on. Jason Azinski, for real. So go check that out. Dr. Love Beats, I do DJ, but I don't really like that. So I like playing drums in TreeHouse. That's what I want to do. So
Alrighty, gentlemen, this has been a lot of fun. Like the whole.
Let's just go.
Well, from the time we got in here, it just got funnier and funnier. Like
all the editing you're gonna have to do. I know that you're just like I have to edit so much.
No, that's I actually really enjoy that.
looks forward to it.
Do ya?
And
I go back and I just laugh at the shit that gets said, and I just keep replaying some clips. Like, okay, I'm gonna make this into a reel, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's probably a good point we could wrap this up. What final words do you have for your fans or people that might be watching this that are maybe new to you?
Take care of each other.
Solid advice.
get a haircut.
Hair by AJ.
Fuck yeah.
thank you.
The moon rang like a bell.
Yes.
All right.
I'm not sure I understand that reference there. Is that
I
don't
like
need-
turtles.
I like turtles.
Thank you.
TreeHouseTheBand.com.
Yes, check out-
whoever smoked that brisket.
Yeah,
Him
dude,
up.
it's so good. So
Thank you.
fucking
I will give them props. Absolutely.
I can't wait to eat more.
And actually, we are sending you home with 5 bottles of some Kansas City's barbecue sauce. You guys take that home.
Oh, yeah.
Saucy boys.
Yeah, do what you will with that barbecue sauce.
I'm gonna pour it all over him when I get home. He looks so good with his haircut, dude. It's driving me wild. I can't keep my eyes off him.
All right. Once again, we have enjoyed having you guys in here. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, this is
I went off
TreeHouse.
the rails.
No,
No,
that's what we
I think we
want.
all knew. We all knew it was gonna
That's what we want out of these.
This has been the funnest, best, everything.
That's the whole point behind this is the barbershop talk shop. You
Yeah,
know, just the
absolutely.
stuff that you wouldn't hear in another interview. All right. Once again, this is highly recommended here with TreeHouse Haircuts by Hair by AJ. Signing off. Peace.
Where's the beer hole? But today, we'll enjoy a Space Camper non-alcoholic from Boulevard Brewery.
Rastafari, descended from the spirit of Selassie I the first.